Let's go.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome here to Homestead Miami Speedway for the Mission 22 200 here in the second round of the playoffs in the Saturday Night Send It Cup Series. My name is Zach Wetstein. I'm here tonight with my father, Sam Wetstein. We're having some issues once again with the e-racing TV stuff, but we got it figured out. We're live on e-racing TV and YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So. Well, actually, Twitch isn't, but nobody watches on that anyways. We're gridding up right now, so we'll go ahead and pull up your grid. We do have some stuff to talk about, but we'll talk about that if we get any cautions or after the race. But we'll find time to talk about some important stuff with Mission 22. But for right now, we are gridding up. Jason Warren has the pole spot here tonight. Zach Wilson racing in the Cup Series once again. He qualifies second with Jeff Paisley in third. P4 goes to Joey Buscemi, Garrett Kinder in 5th. P6 goes to Josh Oakenvents with Mickey Isaac in 7th. William Griffith is in 8th, starting this one with Spencer Gay in 9th. And Michael Swink rounding out the top 10. Matt Geis starting this one in 11th with Chuck Feltz starting in the 12th position.
Jesse Necula going to be starting 13th with Christopher Heiner to his outside in the 14th position. Brandon Wallace 15th. Phil the Hitman Manzo coming in 16th tonight. Clint Reese, your points leader, starting way back in the 17th position. Must have had some problems at qualifying and not qualifying tonight. Logan, the Fish Sturgeon, 18th. Cameron Combs, 19th. Charles Stevens, 20th. Eddie Morris, 21st. Kyle Roberts, 22nd. And the man, Magic Mike Uribe, rounding out the field in 23rd.
Yeah, we managed to get that through before they even pulled off, as they are about to.
Oh, wow.
So good going there. Well, real quick, while they're having to do their pace lap, we'll pull up your bracket so you can take a look at that. Clint Reese, like he said, is in the points lead coming into this race. Cameron Combs, Garrett Kinder, and Michael Swink, your top 4. Joey Buscemi, Brandon Wallace, Jason Warren, Chuck Feltz, William Griffith, Christopher Heiner, Jeff Paisley, and Philip Manzo are the remaining 12 in the playoffs. And, well, you see Jeff Paisley and Philip Manzo, they are out of the playoffs as of now. If the race ended now, we will shave it off by 2 and go down to 10. But it's very close around that cutoff spot, so nobody's in yet, nobody's out.
Oh, yeah, it's yeah, I went down and discussed it with some of the drivers earlier, and Garrett Kinder said, thanks for adding to my nervousness. He thought he was solid tonight, and I said, no, nobody's guaranteed to get out of this one.
Yeah, Clint Reese sitting in the 21 points ahead of. Okay, there we go. Sitting 21 points ahead of 10th place tonight. So, yeah, he's good. He's sitting good, but he's not entirely safe. It's
a lot easier for him to get through this tonight, and we're green. Let's go.
Yeah, we are racing underway the second round of the playoffs here in the Saturday Night Send It Cup Series. As okay, they almost wreck in the back. I don't know who that was. I think that was Mickey Isaac. They're 3 wide out of 2.
Yeah, Mickey tried his darndest to wreck, but he got a nice save on that one.
There's actually some sparks on the wall. You see there Mickey Isaac in that 01 machine in the wall more. He is struggling. It's probably those cold tires we're seeing. And wrecking behind him, Kyle Roberts. And I'm not sure if we saw teammates wrecking there, but early wreck, and that I'd have to say.
I believe that was Cameron Combs.
I'd have to think that's one product of cold tires.
Cameron Combs and Phil Manzo got into it together.
We're here with Kyle Roberts. Oh, man. Oh, Christopher Heiner. He got loose and he overcorrected, and Kyle Roberts nowhere to go. Now we have to check out. I think, yeah, Christopher Heiner's in the playoffs. We have to see if that affected any of the other ones as well, any of the other playoff drivers. You see Clint Reese back there and Cameron Combs. Man. Oh, and Matt Geis. Oh, that's Cameron Combs right there, it looks like. And,
looks like Cameron got out of it clean. He locked it up to avoid any of the melee in the back. So
he did not. If you look at my my screen, there's definitely damage to that car. Yeah, he hit Kyle Roberts on the on the back end of it. Oh, I don't have my screen shared.
I'm looking at it now.
So that some playoff implications already setting in here. Cameron Combs has damage. I'm not sure if Clint Reese got any, but Christopher Heiner, who came into this one, you see there in the 10th position, the cutoff spot, and that's going to hurt him big time.
Yeah, Cameron was checking up. Manzo got in the rear end of him, got him out of shape, and he ended up making.
Oh, Discord just froze on me.
But I think he's going to be all right.
There's Cameron Combs down pit road. He's going to have to get that car serviced. Get all of that damage fixed he can. Let's go ahead and check on Clint Reese. That car looks pretty good. As Discord is freezing up on me a lot.
Yeah, I think he got through that the cleanest of them all. So already, Cameron Combs, yeah, he's getting his repairs fixed. No quick repairs in this league, so he's got. He's at the back of the pack anyway. Come down pit road, get that damage fixed. Probably less than a minute of repairs, and he'll be able to stay on the lead lap.
Well, Zach Wilson started this one in second. He took the lead early away from Jason Warren. And while we're under caution here, we'll pull up. I want to pull up real quick, at least while the lights are still on the pace car. If you want to go ahead and bring up the graphic for you, the We Support Mission 22.
Oh yeah, this is tonight, tomorrow night. Mission 22 races, Cup race tomorrow night, 2 trucks race tomorrow night, and Mission 22, if you do not know, is united in the war against veteran suicide. Today, 20 veterans will be lost to suicide, and in fact, every day, 20 veterans are lost to suicide in the U.S., and that makes the war at home more dangerous than all of our combat missions around the world. So Mission 22 is there, a nonprofit organization to provide treatment programs for veterans, provide community and education for veterans and civilians, build national monuments to honor those lost to the war at home, and create mass awareness through social sharing that once our veterans come home, sometimes their fight is not over.
Yeah, and it had a specific thing I'm about to talk about. Didn't have anything to do with a veteran, but we did see in our country a couple of days ago what mental health and not being in the right state of mind can do. It wasn't, well, technically I guess it was suicide, but the killing, the shooting in Indy, it wasn't a veteran, so I won't relate it to what they're trying to do. But it was a person whose mental health was not great at all, and so when you, and that's just a regular person, and then you have and then we talk about these Mission 22 with the veterans that go overseas and put their life on the line, and if they're lucky enough to make it back, well then they have to deal with what it's like to be back in the U.S. and with the mental health side of it. So. Yeah, definitely have to talk about that more.
Soldiers are taught to be tough, and it's hard for them to talk about it sometimes. But I know from some personal friendships that even sleeping in a comfortable bed when you get home can be rough. So take care of your veterans. Support Mission 22 at mission22.com. Or .org, I believe. Sorry about that. And we are going back racing.
Yes, we are. Jason Warren, Zach Wilson, now your control car, and the green flag is back out here at Homestead Miami Speedway on lap 7. 1 caution now in this race. See if they can control their cars a little bit better on colder tires. Like I mentioned, you're going to see these cars be very wiggly on cold tires, and you just need to get to the stage where those tires can heat up, and so it's not as bad.
Yeah, you get a couple laps on these tires, and then we're gonna see 2-3 wide racing in the corners, because these corners can support that. There is 3 definite grooves there. But I do believe that the top groove is the groove of choice for this evening.
There's Clint Reist. We saw him narrowly miss that wreck, and he's already up to 8th right now. If he can make a pass on Michael Swink, that would be the 7th position, and that would be 10 spots gained in 8 laps.
That's amazing. He's a good driver, and you can't hold him back. He had a terrible qualifying, but he'll be up here battling in this top 3 soon.
Yeah, he was clutch. He won last week. That got him into the lead for the points, and you don't necessarily have to lead the points going into the Final 4, but if you put yourself in that position, you put yourself in the best spot to at least make it through the rounds to the Final 4, because like I said, he's 21 points ahead of the cutoff spot tonight, which is in itself, if you wreck early, not safe. You wouldn't make it, but it's the safest out of anybody on track. So while it won't help you once you get to that championship 4, it'll help you get there.
We had just had Jason Warren with a great run off of turn 4. Take the lead away from Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson battling back on the straightaway, but Jason Warren's starting to pull away now.
He clears on the bottom, and Zach Wilson, will see if he makes a move back in 3 and 4. He decides to stay behind him. So Jason Warren going to lead this lap out of 4. And after last week, it was a tough race. He was involved in that late wreck that we saw, his motor blow, and so he couldn't even finish the race. And I'm not sure where he ended up finishing, but it wasn't a good finish. And so he is in desperate need of, at least tonight, a good finish, but a win would be obviously best case scenario.
I just saw Zach Wilson get a little squiggly at the start-finish line. One doesn't think that would happen on the straightaway.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I believe the setup has been changed for this, so I'm not sure what these cars feel like even on the straightaways, but sometimes if the handling is that bad, it can even be bad on the front stretch. So yeah, that may be it. You see Garrett Kinder just made a pass for 5th on the bottom over Josh Lokenvents. There's Clint Reist. He made that pass for 7th, and he's going for the top 5 here. As there he goes. He looks at the bottom of Josh Lokenvents into 3 and 4. And man, if he can make this pass in 12 laps, he's gained 11 spots in this race. He's going for Garrett Kinder as well.
We've got a lot of guys that are running that top line as if it's the preferred groove, but we're seeing a lot of passes coming down low in the turns as well. So maybe it's a case of staying up high. It's going to be a little nicer to your tires, but when it comes to passing time, there's room to do it.
Yeah, and that was the biggest thing with iRacing and Homestead. Talking about Homestead, Fontana, tracks like that, where in real life you do have multiple grooves for racing, and iRacing brought dynamic tracking into their service specifically for tracks like this. And, well, obviously it's working because you can make a pass on the bottom, you can make a pass on the top, it doesn't matter. As long as you have the car to do it, it's possible.
Yeah, Jason Warren is starting to enter his own zip code here. He's got this thing dialed in pretty good tonight, where we've seen everybody else kind of grouped together, or a lot closer anyway.
Yeah, take a quick look at the Cup standings. Jason Warren came into this race sitting 7th in points and 16 points behind Clint Reist. And when we talk about that Final 4 spot, obviously you have to make it to the round of 10, the round of 8 to get to the round of 4. But if we're looking at that round of 4 as of now, Michael Swink in the 4th position in points is 5 points ahead of Jason Warren. That's the difference between 4th and 7th. So even though he's sitting 7th in points right now, a lot can change throughout the next 2 or 3 rounds.
Clint Reist making a move on Zach Wilson, or not Clint Reist, I'm sorry, Jeff Paisley making a move on Zach Wilson at the moment. Almost got it pulled off. Zach Wilson pulls it up back to side by side. Going into turn 1.
You know, I got to say, I'm glad that I have it so that the playoff drivers are in yellow on the ticker, but every time I look away and look back to my screen, I think I see a caution coming out, but it's just their names on the ticker. So That's I don't think I'm ever going to get used to that. But by the way, if you are new to the Cup Series or you don't know, if you look up top there, the drivers in yellow are your playoff drivers and where they are running.
Zach Wilson with a nice crossover move off of 2. He had a great run coming off of that top line. Jeff Paisley went up to get in front of him. Zach Wilson did a little crossover, got that position back.
Yeah, and I would have thought with that battling that Jason Warren would have maybe gapped him a little bit more, but it's actually under a second right now, the gap between Jason Warren and Zach Wilson. And this is racing, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you have Zach Wilson in second, who's not in the playoffs, hasn't run actually many races in this series. And then you have Jason Warren fighting to try to make the round of 10, leading this race. So if Zach Wilson gets up to him, you know he's going to fight him for that lead, and that's the great thing about racing is when you get knocked out of the playoffs, you still have a chance to race. Or if you're not even in the playoffs to begin with.
And I know that from personal experience because I got knocked out of the first round of the trucks. But I'm still going for that win. But as a lot of these guys are doing too, if they're not in the playoffs, they are racing respectful around the guys that are. They're going to race them hard, but they're going to make sure that they're not the ones to knock them out of the playoffs.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be a non-playoff driver knocking a playoff driver out by wrecking them. That's definitely not the case. Not what you want to have your name next to. And
that feels awful.
It looks like we got a lap car on fresher tires coming up behind Jason Warren. That is, I believe, Kyle Robertson. Actually, we'll go ahead here at Kyle Robertson, take a closer look at that car. You see here, actually, we'll get a better view of it. We have drivers on track tonight with the Mission 22 paint scheme on, or even if it's not a Mission 22 paint scheme, even if they have Mission 22 on their car, Kai Schappert in the 60. We'll go over to him.
Guy is not with us.
Actually, he's not in here tonight. Oh, okay. Never mind. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. But everyone who wears the number or the Mission 22 on their car tonight, Kai will donate $5 on their behalf. And I believe we have at least 5 drivers in here tonight with it. We have Jesse Necula, Jason Warren, Garrett Kinder, and Christopher Heiner all with it on their cars.
And he's going to donate another $5 to Mission 22 just for us missioning it. So, awesome.
There you go. I mean, simple as that. I mean, that's a great that's great on his part. Not even making people, you know, he could have been like, hey, donate $5. No, he just said, wear this on your car for free, and I'll donate on your behalf. I mean, that's awesome. So, good to see that. We have 4 or 5, maybe 6 cars in here with it on.
Guy's a relatively new member to our league, but a great addition, an active serviceman, and just real active in racing and Discord, and just didn't make the race tonight.
Yeah, and we do have spotlight drivers tonight with either active or retired members. So we will make sure at the end of this race, since we didn't have the time before, to bring that up. So after the interviews tonight, we'll make sure to make some